game and also taking away the OBC reservations and handing it to backward classes within the Muslim community or favouring one community over those who are actually the deserving ones. Now, ahead of the final phase of polling in the Lok Sabha elections on 1st of June, another setback to the Mamata Banerjee-led Trinamool Congress government. Days after the Calcutta High Court cancelled all OBC or other backward classes certificates issued in West Bengal since 2010. Now the centre body, National Commission for Backward Classes, has mulled further action. 37 groupings from West Bengal included in the central list of OBC by the Congress-led UPA government before 2014. Parliamentary elections are now under the scanner of National Commission for Backward Classes, and of these 37 such classes or castes, some of them may be delisted too. The Commission will now recommend to the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment to remove these people from the central list. Now remember, the central body NCBC has been red flagging anomalies in the implementation of the reservation policy in West Bengal since 2023, post a field visit. The latest move ahead of the final phase has also sparked off a massive political debate between the BJP and the Trinamool, while the BJP has accused the opposition of appeasement and indulging in vote bank politics. The Trinamool Congress hitting back at the BJP, tagging the BJP an OBC and Bangla Birodhi, quote unquote. The big question is, who's actually misusing or has been misusing quota for votes? And will this have a bearing on the final phase of elections?
हम धन्यवाद देना चाहेंगे कोलकाता हाईकोर्ट को, जिन्होंने टीएमसी के इस प्रकार के असंवैधानिक कृत्य पर जोरदार तमाचा मारा है।
जब तक मोदी जिंदा है, मैं एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी और अति पिछड़ों के हकों को छीनने नहीं दूंगा। इंडिया अलायंस को अपने वोट बैंक की गुलामी करनी है तो करें, उनको वहां जाके मुजरा करना है तो भी करें। जब तक जान है लड़ता रहूंगा।
Let's dive straight into the debate. Guru Prakash Paswan, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Tausif Khan, advocate and political analyst. Prashun Moitra, the petitioner, and Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst, should be joining us in just a bit. Namaste and Jai Hind to everybody. Prashun Moitra ji, your take on the NCBC's move and the West Bengal government and the opposition saying that the BJP is being opportunistic ahead of the critical polls and there is no aaji-baji here. But the NCBC believes that there are many that have been included purely on the basis of vote bank politics on appeasement at the cost of other deserving backward classes.
Exactly. We do believe that. Thank you very much for letting me the opportunity. Thank you, Anand, for letting me the opportunity to address this issue before the nation. A few moments ago, I was hearing during the report, I was listening to Yogi ji, who was thanking the Kolkata High Court for passing such a historic judgment. But I would have been grateful should he mentioned about Atmadev also, who approached the Kolkata High Court and let it pass such a judgment. Anyway, the thing is that I would like to say that if I give you the perspective, a conspiracy was hatched. If you remember, before 2011 assembly election in West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee was travelling everywhere claiming, if I come to power, I will give 100% reservation to Muslims in West Bengal. And once he came to power in 2011, he brought almost 98% Muslims under OBC A quota. This was done arbitrarily without any survey. Now he is giving excuse of Upen Vishwas committee report. But even if we have to believe that, my question is, if it was done on the basis of Sachar Commission report and Upen Vishwas committee report in 2012, so it was not correct. How could you join other classes in latter year, in 2013, 14, 15, 16, up to 18? Where is the survey on the basis of which you added those classes? So my take is, a conspiracy was hatched to incorporate Muslims into OBC A category and giving them added advantage and lesser cutoff mark in competitive exams. Today, I have just posted one issue in OBC Facebook saying where it is clear that in all ASI, Assistant Sub Inspector category, more than 50 candidates from minority group, that is Muslims, are accommodated. So, on the basis of religious identity, such discrimination, had that been on the financial condition or economic condition, we wouldn't have argued that. But it was purely done because of vote bank politics and to appease a particular community. We have witnessed if a system goes to a particular community, what happens? We have witnessed that in 1946 during the Great Calcutta killings, when Sohrawardy was the chief minister, the then prime minister, and the system was under his control. So this type of conspiracy was hatched by Mamata official government, and that's why these minorities, though they are not deserving, due to their religious identity, they are incorporated into the system.
Right.
So such conspiracy cannot be encouraged. That's why we have approached the High Court and the judgment is here.
Tausif Khan.
Anand, you see, BJP has received a major setback today in Supreme Court, where BJP had gone in appeal against a Calcutta High Court Division Bench order. By this order, BJP was restrained from running a ad which is derogatory, which is found to be violative of the Model Code of Conduct. Election Commission not having taken any action, Trinamool went to the High Court. High Court passed an order in favor of Trinamool and said that there will be a stay on this ad. This is derogatory and it is violative of Model Code of Conduct, and the same is upheld by the Supreme Court. So where this election campaign of BJP is going, they have nothing else but to come up with baseless propaganda, turn this the entire the campaign into a hate campaign where they want to divide the society and hope to get some votes. Even after the Supreme Court today refused, we see the Prime Minister using words such as mujra. Earlier, Prime Minister said that the Mangal Sutra will be snatched, and yet Election Commission is doing nothing. It's the Calcutta High Court who had given the relief. It is the Supreme Court who is giving the relief, and clearly saying that these ads, at least in this case, that the ad were violative of Model Code of Conduct. Yet the Election Commission has done nothing. What kind of era we have entered into? BJP is being given free hand, and the Prime Minister, when he had to resort to this low as to speak the word as mujra, we all can understand that BJP has sensed its defeat, and therefore they are leaving no stone unturned to polarize the campaign and to and hope to get some votes in the name of hate speech, in the name of Hindu-Muslim. And this is the same Prime Minister who says in an interview that I don't do in Hindu-Muslim. He has left no other issue to talk about. But, he does not want to talk about development. He has nothing else to promise to the people, but to polarize the campaign. In spite of Supreme Court to come repeatedly giving a giving a tight slap on BJP's petitioners.
Wow.
The appeal is rejected today, yet no discussion about it.
Okay. Guru Prakash Paswan, you want to respond?
No, Anand, I think it's very important, and I'm very happy and glad that you gave sufficient time to my friend from the Trinamool Congress, because this, in a sense, exposes the hypocrisy and the dual standards of the Trinamool Congress. It was TMC leader Mamta Didi. Mamta Didi said, "ये कोर्ट वोट का सम्मान नहीं करेंगे, ये कोर्ट वोट कुछ भी बोले हमको स्वीकार नहीं है." So a leader who apparently backs Trinamool Congress is reposing some level of faith in some constitutional institution must be welcomed, must be encouraged. Point number 2, for Trinamool Congress, I would just like to read a couple of paragraphs from the judgment of the Calcutta High Court. I'm very happy that you still have some sense of faith, some sense of belief in the judicial process of the country. On the one hand, you said save constitution, संविधान खतरे में है, and on the other hand, you are raising question mark on the integrity of this institution. But I am happy, I am glad that you are welcoming the verdict of Supreme Court, you are welcoming the verdict of Calcutta High Court. I just want you to refer to paragraph number 332 of this OBC verdict, where it has been categorically said, it is the word of court, that TMC government is treating Muslims as commodity for political ends. You are treating Muslims as commodity for political ends.
That is in BJP's petition.
I did not speak when you were speaking, sir. So let's have some civil debate. Thank you so much.
No, that is part of BJP's
I did not
petition.
speak when you were Anandji. ऐसे नहीं होता. Anandji, you have asked me to.
Okay,
I was patiently
he's raised an objection. You make your objection once he completes, once he yields. Yes,
thank you.
Guru Prakash Paswan.
That there is a way to debate. I don't think we are living in West Bengal where in the name of Kela Hobe you unleash standard of violence. We still have democracy in our country. So, the Calcutta High Court, paragraph number 332, categorically states that the Trinamool Congress government is using Muslims as a commodity for political ends. मुसलमानों को पॉलिटिकल वोट बैंक के रूप में आप उपयोग करते हैं. दिस इज नॉट द वर्ड ऑफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी बट द वर्ड ऑफ कैलकाटा हाई कोर्ट, माय फ्रेंड. So I'm happy that you showed some faith in the Kolkata High Court judgment.
No.
I just hope, I sincerely hope that you go home, you read, you refer to this judgment and may take some corrective action.
This sentence is from the petition of BJP.
I'm sorry, Anand, I can shout louder than him, but that's not my sanskar. Thank you so much. The Kolkata High Court has said in the same vein that it is unconstitutional because it is violative of Article 15, 16 and 340. We have to understand there is one pattern in this country. One day, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh says, इस देश के संसाधनों पे पहला हक मुसलमानों का है. TMC ally Congress party overseas Congress president says संसाधनों का बंटवारा होना चाहिए. The natural understanding is simply this. The natural understanding, the natural product is you want to distribute the resources of the nation for Muslim community because you treat them as a political commodity and nothing beyond that. But please listen to me. As long as there is Bharatiya Janata Party government, as long as there is Shri Narendra Modi, no power in the world, no government can take the share of SC.
Right. Tawseef, respond.
SC, ST and women. Unlike
you see, Anand, first of all,
I did not speak.
So Guru Prakash Paswan, please yield, let him respond.
Last 10 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Tawseef, 10 seconds.
Anand,
give him 10 seconds, let him then yield.
Do some homework.
Give him 10 seconds. Give him 10
Guru.
seconds. Tawseef, give him 10 seconds.
Please
Let
have
him
the
complete
patience.
and then yeah.
No, I understand that the TMC have problem with SC, ST, OBC because their office bearer Shah Jahan orchestrated a state-sponsored sexual torture program for SC, ST and OBC women. So I'm sure TMC government, Mamta Didi and TMC
Okay, yield please.
have problem with OBC, SC and ST in the marginalized section.
Okay, Tawseef, respond and then we'll bring in Tehsil.
Now, Anand, I talked about Supreme Court judgment, Supreme Court decision today, where in the matter where BJP had gone in an appeal, where Supreme Court disallowed the appeal and BJP had to withdraw and it was dismissed as withdrawn. Therefore, it is a slap on the face of BJP that BJP is restrained from running an ad which the court has found to be derogatory.
So you are shifting the goalpost altogether. So you are shifting the goalpost altogether. The other day when the Calcutta High Court ruled, when the Calcutta High Court ruled against the Trinamool Congress, the Chief Minister downwards, everyone called the Calcutta High Court lot of names. Today, 1 minute. Don't shout over me.
That matter is yet to be.
Tawseef, don't shout over me. Tawseef, don't shout over me. Tawseef, don't shout over me.
That matter is being appealed and no decision has come from Supreme Court in OBC matter.
Now, if you're going to play this game of heckling,
are the lines from the petition of BJP.
1 minute.
It is from the petition. It is petition filed by the BJP in court. These are the lines he's quoting.
Tawseef, you want to cross all levels of civility, then go ahead. That's all right. But I'm just saying, don't shout over me. My point is, sir, You want to shift the goalpost. The other day when the Calcutta High Court ruled against the state government, look at the words that were used by yourself and also the Chief Minister itself. Today you're quoting the same Calcutta High Court and then you're calculating the Supreme Court because the judgment is in your favor. No, the judgment is in your favor. So you can't, so very clearly your rule is very clear. As long as it's in our favor, the court is good. Otherwise the court is bad and it's biased. That itself shows, sir, who's going to call the who's got, sir, my point is what has been shown.
Supreme Court has not passed any judgment in OBC matter.
The Bengal government has been shown the mirror very strongly by the High Court, and as till the time the Supreme Court rules in this matter or the Trinamool Congress even moves the Supreme Court, this is what the NCBC and also the Calcutta High Court opined, that you have played a brazen game of appeasement. Brazen game of appeasement. So NCBC, when you play Muslim, it's secular. Says. You play Muslim, it's secular. Somebody NCBC else calls that out, that is communal.
Prime Minister.
When you play Muslim,
the matter of OBC
is that as simple? Is that as simple as Tausif? When the Trinamool Congress and the Bengal government, when the Bengal government plays Muslim, then it is secular. When somebody calls that out, then they are communal. Tehseen Poonawalla, the fact is that the NCBC has said that what was endorsed by the Trinamool Congress between 2011 and 2024 was further ratified at the centre by the UPA.
All right, so the matter will go to appeal in the Supreme Court. Tausif is right and it will be struck down there because in my opinion...
You can't preempt a judgment. You may say that somebody will appeal, you cannot preempt a judgment.
I can.
You cannot preempt a judgment. You can't preempt a judgment. No, so whatever is your wish, you will go ahead and bulldoze and do it. So that is democratic. That is democratic.
No, you
that is democratic.
I'll keep quiet.
That is democratic.
See, there's a pattern, Anand. Anand, there's a pattern.
The pattern is very clear, sir. The pattern is very clear, sir. That whatever you say is right, whatever somebody else says has got to be wrong because you don't agree.
That's fine. You have me as
so
a
that is a pattern.
You allow me to speak. Yeah. You allow me to speak. If you don't want me to speak, I'll keep quiet.
I just said don't preempt a judgment.
No, I will decide what I have to say. No. If you find it, you please allow me to finish.
I just said to you don't preempt a judgment. That's all. That's all. I just said don't preempt a judgment. Go ahead. Complete.
In my opinion, it will be struck down in the Honourable Supreme Court. This is my opinion. I stand by my opinion. I stick to my opinion.
Qualified by saying that that is your opinion. Don't pass a value judgment there. That's what I'm trying
to say. Anand, it's been 40 seconds. I haven't spoken, so I'll leave your show. Thank you for having me.
Go ahead, please.
No, thank you, bro.
You come 7 minutes late and then one objection and then you want to run away. Tehseen Poonawalla, I'll put it out there. You have come 10 minutes late on the debate and within 30 seconds you've just run off. That means you just did not want, you are looking for an exit route, Tehseen Poonawalla. If not, then please join back. Yes. Now, Prashun Maitra. The argument that's been given at this point, what was the response that came from the state government on that day when the judgment came? Has the state government moved the Supreme Court so far? Can they justify? Is there any basis? The detailed version of the judgment by both the justices detailed out the haste that was shown. But the argument is, Prashun Maitra, that this giving out another 10% extra quota only for Muslims, reservation only for Muslims, was actually announced by the left in 2010 as a poll strategy. So then it's not just the Trinamool that has played this appeasement game.
Exactly. In fact, the TMC is the modified version of left. That's what we have been saying. Left, when Jyoti Basu was the chief minister in 1990, this OBC rule came into place. Jyoti Basu, being a communist leader, he proudly said, under communist rule, there is no poverty in West Bengal, so that's why nobody is from backward classes. He refused to categorize any group into OBC list. But what we found that OBCs from other states coming into the West Bengal and getting jobs under OBC quota. Then Jyoti Basu government realized that such a way the jobs locals are being deprived of the job. Then a list was created. That list consists of 66 categories, out of which 54 were Hindus and 12 were Muslims. It was done in 1994. Later, in 2010, when the land was shrinking from the left, Trinamool was supposed to come in 2011. At that time, Buddhadev Bhattacharya government decided that we need to amend the list. And then what they did, they enlisted 42 more categories into OBC. Still there was no OBC A and B. What they did, they enlisted 42 more categories, out of which 41 from Muslim categories and 1 from Hindu categories. So this appeasement policy was initiated by left government at
But
that
the
time.
court has upheld whatever appointments or whatever classifications were done before 2010. So if that was
Because
also
that was
upheld,
not challenged. Because court has not done that because that was not challenged in the petition. Court has categorically stated that OBC 2010 notification was not under challenge, and that's why because it was not under challenge, even we did not challenge it because there was no categorization between A and B, civilian and
but here is
non-civilian.
my larger concern in this, and these kind of classes, OBC quotas to Muslim groups, Hindu groups across the board are being given in various states, including Gujarat, Guru Prakash Paswan. My question is, sir, is every adhikari poor or rich? Is every mistri poor or rich? Is every teli poor or rich? If the background itself is supposed to be socio-economic classification and educational standards, how is it that it's broad-brushed based on a particular surname or a particular caste grouping? Should it not be the benchmark that whoever is this person in these classes has to have a certain economic background and educational background and socio-economic classification, otherwise they will not be eligible?
Exactly.
But that's not the case in our country, is currently Guru Prakash Paswan. The way the reservation structure itself is framed is flawed, and it creates these creamy layers also.
No, see, Anand, there is a whole lot of jurisprudence and judicial pronouncement behind.
And sorry, and I'm interrupting you because another aspect is this classes and castes. They overlap, and they are loosely used instead of each other.
No, that is a very interesting concern and a question that you have brought out, Anand. But we have to understand that there has been a lot of jurisprudence on reservations in the country. Even if you look at the Constituent Assembly debates and you look at a very interesting letter of resignation by Baba Saheb Ambedkar to Jawaharlal Nehru, and it categorically states, and how that letter of resignation is still relevant today, Anand. You see, in that letter, Baba Saheb Ambedkar categorically mentions to the then Prime Minister Nehru that you are more concerned about Muslims but the scheduled caste of the country. This is what Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said and warned Jawaharlal Nehru. Number two, how these provisions are bypassing the constitution that you can include caste, but creating a separate class and having 36 or 37 castes from one community. This is what appeasement is.
But there are not any. But Muslims are supposed to be a casteless grouping, just like
Exactly.
Christians are not supposed to have castes. So then, how are you saying castes within Muslims?
No. That is what the problem is. That is precisely what the problem is. That the Constitution mandates that you can identify socially and educationally backward caste, but in the pursuit of minority appeasement, in the pursuit of making Muslims a political commodity or a political vote bank, as pointed out by the Calcutta High Court, parties like TMC, supported and mentored by Congress party, they go on to this extent and they make reservation by bypassing the constitution, by bypassing the vision of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. They create a separate class and includes only Muslims, including Muslim forward caste.
Is an IAS officer from the scheduled caste or a top-notch businessman from the scheduled caste, is that person and his progeny eligible for reservation? Is that person backward or forward, Prashun Moitra? Even in a Muslim family, is an educated Muslim family which is earning well, which is prosperous, does that become an OBC? My point is, sir, who is deciding all of this and on what basis? And if Muslims and if the Abrahamic faiths, their plank itself for the conversion game is that we are casteless, we don't differentiate one from the other. And now you are saying there are 37 different castes or class groupings which have been identified within Muslims itself in Bengal. So then are they casteist or are they not? Are they classist or are they not?
But the question is that if you consider STs and STs, the history of these segmentation are different from that of OBC. OBCs and EWS categories are mostly done on the basis of their economic and financial capability. SCs and STs reservation are done on the basis of historical reference. For example, SC, a segment of our brotherhood were separated due to some reason for a period of time. That's why to incorporate into the mainstream, we have this SC reservation. First it was done for a particular period of time, then it was extended. But in case of OBCs and EWS category, it was purely supposed to be done on the basis of their financial capability. But in case of West Bengal, this OBC A and OBC B group was done on the basis of religious identity. That's where we objected
Yeah, but
to our PIA.
correct. And the other aspect, Prashant Moitra, which is not there, is another aspect. If I have an OBC certificate, should my children also by default get that OBC certificate, despite not actually applying or not falling under the socio-economic classification and education category? This is
Exactly,
another.
that is the thing.
This is another disparity that needs to be addressed. This whole aspect, this game of reservation, which has now become a political tool of appeasement and to play one over the other and divide and rule, or perhaps unite and then divide. This whole game has to be relooked on its head. Who deserves a reservation and who doesn't? Who is a backward class and who isn't? Who is an OBC and who isn't? These are big questions which need very, very clear answers and a thorough scrutiny of how this policy has been put out. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I have to move on. Guru Prakash Paswan stays on with us as we shift focus, ladies and gentlemen, from Bengal all the way to Kerala, where even as the Delhi liquor policy continues to haunt the Aam Aadmi Party and also the Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti in Telangana. Now the left is embroiled in this entire Kerala liquor policy. An alleged extortion tape has gone viral in which reportedly a Bar Hotel Owners Association office bearer, his name is Animon, is heard asking other members to pay money for a favourable liquor policy, reportedly asking for 2.5 lakhs each. Now in this alleged audio, the funds are sought in exchange of demands like scrapping the dry day policy, extending bar operations from 11 p.m. to midnight. The Kerala Hotels Association has rejected this entire bribery charge, in fact claiming that the amount was being collected for the construction of a building. The man in this entire clip, alleged man, Animon, Idukki district president of the Kerala Hotels Association, has now been expelled from the organization. The crime branch has recorded Animon's statement and the alleged bribery tape, further giving the Congress and BJP ammunition to attack the left government, accusing them of taking bribes to favor bar owners. The BJP has said the left has adopted the Delhi model in the state, as the opposition is demanding Kerala Excise Minister MB Rajesh's ouster. The latter has rejected all such charges outrightly, claiming no discussions have been held with reference to liquor policy. The state government went on to add, strict action will be taken against those influencing policies. Listen in.
In Kerala government are telling lies regarding the bar scam. They told to the media that they have not started any discussion regarding the change in the Abkari policy, an amendment in the Abkari Act.
In the government of Kerala led by Pinarayi Vijayan. This is the same model that Arvind Kejriwal had adopted in Delhi. Bribe has been requested or has been demanded from the bar owners of the whole state.
ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് എക്സൈസ് വകുപ്പ് മന്ത്രി കാര്യങ്ങൾ വ്യക്തമാക്കിയതാണ്. ഞാനും അതിൽ കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാണ്. പിന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എവിടുന്നാണ് ഈ മദ്യനയവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ചർച്ച നടന്നിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് ഇത്ര ഉറപ്പിച്ച് പറയാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്? മദ്യനയവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ചർച്ച നടന്നിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന്.
Guru Prakash Paswan stays on with us. Kamru Chaudhary, political analyst, with us, and Vivek Srivastava, leader of the left, is also with us. What kind of policy is this? 2.5 lakh do, lobby karo. So it's again a free for all. Corruption rampant in Kerala also. That's the allegation, Vivek Srivastava.
I mean, anybody can say whatever they want. It's a free world, it's a free country. And there is a freedom of speech. So, आप बोलिए जिसको जो बोलना है बोले. See, nothing, I mean, MB Rajesh has come. He is the man who has filed a police case. And he is saying that whatever has happened is wrong. Nothing has happened. Nobody has collected any money. No discussions regarding the excise policy ever took place. Nothing has been done. One phone call, whether right or wrong, what the gentleman did, and the gentleman has also been expelled. So I think it's a very weak case that the BJP is trying to make against the left government. This is, I mean, if they are trying to compare it with other cases that are going on, I think it's unfair. That's what I'll say. They need to give me some proofs over here. I'm sitting over here in the debate. I'm facing you. I've taken the name of MB Rajesh. Let the opposition give some concrete proofs to us. Apart from the so-called one phone call which they try to tap up. We need more proofs. You think it is that easy? Every day in Kerala on the first day of the month, it is supposed to be a dry day. Now the allegation is that you're going to take the money from the people and you're going to say there's going to be no dry day. You think the public is going to keep sitting? Elections are going on. Next year Kerala is again going to go for elections. Do you think that any anti-people move, any anti-people policy which is unpopular will be done by any government, forget about the left government, at this juncture? Is it logical? So Mr. Rajesh has already clarified the stand, and I request the opposition over here on the panel to give some substantial proofs which back up the allegation that they are trying to make.
Guru Prakash Paswan.
And what is the proof? There is no proof.
Anand, there is a word in Hindi. I am sorry, I am not aware of its English translation. Especially in this context and this situation, it's a very vichitra situation for my friends from the left party. They have taken inspiration from the Aam Aadmi party, and the party that is attacking them in the state of Kerala is the Congress party. The Congress party is opposing, the Congress party is demanding a vigilance probe. Then why are you getting rattled? You don't understand. This vichitra alliance of corruption, of nepotism, of liquor policy now is coming on the floor. Now the fault lines are being exposed. You take inspiration from one ally, another ally who is not an ally in the center, who is not an ally at the state, but an ally in the center is opposing your policy. It is not the Bharatiya Janata Party, sir. It is the Congress party that has asked, that has demanded a vigilance probe, and more aggressively than the Bharatiya Janata Party. So I think there is a requirement of a churning, of a discussion within the India Alliance leadership. What is their vision? What is their imagination? There is absolutely no confluence of thoughts, no confluence of vision when it comes to governing a very important, a very significant state like Kerala. It is a reflection of a chink in their armor. It is a reflection that they are absolutely non-suitable. They are absolutely not fit for governance in any state. And that is also a reflection on the entire India Alliance, that if, although it's not going to happen, if they come to power in Delhi, this is what will happen on an everyday basis. Please answer your question to your friends in the Congress party, sir. The Bharatiya Janata Party is not even remotely involved.
There is actually a judicial investigation that's been demanded, a vigilance probe that's been demanded. Kamru Chaudhary, do you agree with the left argument that there is no proof?
No, whether there is proof or not proof, I am not here to decide the merits of the case that has been boiling in Kerala over the last few days. But here I draw a parallel, and it's becoming too rich of Guru Prakash to say and criticize the left parties of crony capitalism. We all know what happened during COVID when one particular company was given a monopoly by taking 42 crore rupees under the electoral bond scam. We all know what happened. Come on, Guru. Come on, Guru. Absolutely. Be a gentleman. Be a gentleman.
I'm just raising my hand.
First.
Let me raise my hand.
No, yeah, sure. You raised your hand. I'll give you time to counter. Yeah.
I know you are jittery, but nobody has got a proof that 42 crores was given for monopolizing a particular vaccination in India. So that's the fact that the left parties in Kerala, we all know what happened to the gold scam out there. We all know now that the policy of the liquor that is there. This needs to be investigated. Congress party's limited point, the agitation done by our Youth Congress and our Mother Congress in Kerala is that let the truth come out whether 20 crore rupees were collected by the left, by the liquor, the cabal to influence the policy. We all know, Anand, this is not an isolated incident. You know, I can cite hundreds of instances. Let's say during the ban of the Malaysian import of palm oil to India. What happened? We banned it for 7 to 8 months. Ultimately, we had to withdraw. But only one company in India which benefited from the ban of import was Adani, because its fortune oil, which was selling at 70 to 80 rupees a kg, jumped up to 200 rupees because of the shortage of palm oil in India. This is the crony capitalism that Bharatiya Janata Party practices, and it's very rich of Guru to come on television and preach the left parties and the Congress party on what needs to be done on this. Let the investigation take its course and let the truth come out of the party. Anybody who is found guilty must be punished.
Well, sir, there was a reason why palm oil was banned, and that was a strategic reason that was taken. But if somebody else stepped in to mitigate the gap, you are actually accusing them of profiteering, not complimenting them of increasing their supplies and their production levels to be able to mitigate the
That's
gap.
opportunism.
No, sir, no.
That's opportunism.
Was it? Did the Indian market or somewhere did it say any other oil manufacturer in India not to make that oil and to mitigate the gap? Nobody was stopped there, sir. It's an open market.
No,
There
so
was not a.
did
It was not a.
Malaysia-
It was not a
Did
restrict.
Malaysia
1 minute, sir.
criticize-
1 minute, sir.
apologize
1 minute,
after
sir.
it's criticized
1 minute, sir.
CA?
Kamru Chaudhary, when you make an example, sir, let's not at a collective try and score political brownies, try and dissuade wealth creators or people who are entrepreneur, who have entrepreneurial abilities. Every other oil manufacturer who could upscale and who could mitigate the gap profited, and they were able to do it. Not just one particular brand or one particular company. It's just that one particular company politically for you is convenient, but let's not dissuade people internally who are doing it. And the other thing is, sir, any other grain oil is far healthier than palm oil. We should actually dissuade consumers from and people from making or cooking in palm oil. That's also a health aspect. Anyway, we are digressing. Coming back to the left aspect and to the Congress party, who talked about scam during COVID, sir. The Khichdi scam, the key accused and who's under the scrutiny is your ally in the state of Maharashtra. During COVID, this Khichdi scam happened. So let's not point fingers at others also, because everybody is colored rich as far as scam and taint and corruption and embracing people with such scam and taint is concerned. Every political party. But when it comes to the left, Vivek Srivastava, this is not the first time that there have been allegations of corruption and money making in Kerala. It's happened time and again, and from the Chief Minister downwards, multiple officers have been under scrutiny. And here there is a video doing the rounds. It's not some random thing, it's a video doing. Had the video not come out, would this whole conversation have been taken? Vivek Srivastava.
No, I mean, see, that is what exactly I'm trying to tell you, Anand. It is not as simple as that. I mean, is it that simple? A video comes out, and let us say hypothetically, if money is going to be taken and policy is going to be changed, do you think we are so immature, the left is so immature, we are in the government over there, that we are going to wait for a volcano to burst up? It is immaturity, and we are open to any kind of a discussion. We are open to any kind of an investigation. We are open about it. Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan could not give a single point, a single proof to back his allegations. So he digressed and he went and started questioning the integrity of the India alliance. My dear Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan, we supported the UPA government in 2004. We will do it again. India alliance will make a government. 4th of June, please wait. The Congress and the left stand together.
So is the
we
Congress,
are supporting the candidature of Mr. Rahul Gandhi in Rai Bareli. People are supporting him. We have huge respect for Congress as a party which has contributed majorly to this to the secular integrity of this country. Yes, we have been fighting elections against them in Bengal earlier, in Kerala and a few states. But in the center, on and off, we have been supporting a secular government, headed by the Congress government. So you need to read more about it, Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan. India alliance stands together. We are one, and we are going to make the government.
Guru Prakash Paswan,
very comfortably, we are going to make the government.
Final comment.
Now, Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan,
Guru Prakash Paswan,
please. Yeah, please give me some proofs. I need some proofs from Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan on this issue that we were collecting money.
Anand, I think there is an audio tape out. There is a Congress party. The minister has to come out and give an explanation. So I don't think there is any explanation left for us. It was a left party excise minister who has to come out and give a statement to the press, to come and give out clarification. It shows chor ki daadi mein tinka. It is.
He has already filed an FIR. Mr. M.B. Rajesh has filed an FIR, just in case you don't know.
Okay, Vivek,
it is the excise minister who has filed an FIR.
You have already said that. You have already said that. Let him make his point.
Please. Sure.
अरे विवेक जी आप सम्मानित डिबेट करते हैं भैया, सुनने का थोड़ा धैर्य रखिए. So this is precisely the left model. This is precisely the left model that they used to operate in West Bengal. Now they are operating in Kerala. But the larger point which I am trying to convey, the larger point, Anand, for you and your viewers is precisely this, that they cannot run a government. There is no coalition of thoughts. There is no coalition of ideas. The Congress is attacking left government in Kerala, but they are together in Bihar. They are together in Delhi. They are fighting each other in West Bengal. They are fighting each other in Kerala. And they call this is a case of ideological promiscuity. I don't understand. This is just beyond my comprehension. This is nothing but for sake of political convenience. But let me make this very clear. under the Bharatiya Janata Party, under this Prime Minister, not even a single paisa of corruption will go unnoticed. And I am happy that the opposition in Kerala has taken this issue and has demanded a judicial probe. And from your channel, through this medium, I want to request the Kerala government, the Kerala Chief Minister, to go through a transparent inquiry and come out with the facts. What the problem is? The excise minister has said there is an audio tape, there is a case of allegation of corruption. What is the problem? You have taken inspiration from the Delhi liquor policy scam, that there is a lot of money, so you're trying to replicate that model, but I'm sorry that we will not let that succeed, and I'm happy that you...
Whether or not it's a Delhi model, we have to wait and watch. Whether or not there is corruption that's happened, we have to wait and watch. If there was no Aji-Baji, why has Animon been sacked? Why is it that there is a video that's been doing the rounds, and that why has he been sacked? The cops have taken his statement. Will the truth come to light? We'll wait and watch. Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to take a very, very short break on that note. When we come back, we shift the spotlight towards Maharashtra, where protests are on. There is a face-off over an alleged land grab by local Muslims, who then, after winning a ruling locally, have then moved the money towards the Wakf, have moved the land or donated it to the Wakf so that it always continues to remain under Muslim control. This is temple land that's under question. We'll get you to the details when we come back. Stay with us. Back on the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studios with this Monday edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll go straight across to this important story. The Wakf board that's come under the scanner yet again, this time in Kolhapur. The entire village of Vadnage in Kolhapur observed a bandh to protest against the alleged land grab by the Wakf board around the Mahadev temple. Several Hindu organizations and locals participated in this day-long bandh. The protest took place after a 20-year-old land dispute was resolved in favor of the Muslim community, which handed over the land to the Wakf board almost immediately. The villagers have accused the Gram Panchayat of failing to present its case during the ongoing hearings related to the land. Reports suggest that the district collector assured the delegation of villagers and Hindu organizations that he would look into the matter and appeal to higher authorities. He asked them to first approach the Zilla Parishad administration and seek action in this matter. So what's happened? The Legal Rights Observatory, which is allegedly affiliated with the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, alleged that a few years ago the temple committee allotted shops to Muslims around the temple as they submitted exorbitant bids during the auction process. Now here's what they claim. Temple committee had allotted shop slots to Muslims in the auction a few years ago. Muslims participating in the auctions process submitted exorbitant bids. Many locals had warned the temple committee against allotment of slots to Muslims, fearing losing the land in the future. The organization alleged that the management succumbed to the greed and overruled the objection raised by locals. The organization now hopes that the Wakf Board Act would be scrapped by the central government and these lands returned to the temple trust. The organization has appealed to the centre that it is time to get rid of the biggest fraud in the history of Bharat, called the Wakf fraud. Now, when we come back, the Pune car crash, a big cover-up that's been exposed, the investigation details, and where and how did the cover-up attempt happen. We get you the details when we come back. Stay with us.
बहनों
After a massive outrage, the Pune police has finally stepped up. After initial lapses, the investigation has gathered steam in the entire Porsche hit-and-run case. The accused minor remains in a rehab home. His father and grandfather are in police custody. CNN News 18 has also accessed a CCTV footage a day before the accident in which the minor accused is seen getting out of the car. Apart from this, the RTO officials along with the Porsche's team conducted technical analysis of the Porsche car. Today, the Pune police have arrested two doctors, Dr. Ajay Tavare and Srihari Halnor of the Sassoon General Hospital on charges of manipulating the blood sample of 17-year-old Pune teen involved in the death of two IT professionals. In fact, the Sassoon Hospital has now also formed an internal investigation committee around this. Apart from the two doctors, a hospital staffer has also been arrested and all three have been sent to police custody. Now we get you what has actually happened in the case so far. Two people were mowed down by a teen driving a Porsche after drinking. Action against those who tried to cover up. Two doctors have been arrested for manipulating the teen's blood sample. Two police officials have been suspended for delaying a lab test. Cops initially accepted the driver behind the wheel argument. Charges have been raised to 304A, death by negligence, only in the second FIR. The lapses in the case also was that the teen was able to drive around Pune without a license. The Porsche was allowed to ply on the road without a registration or a number plate. The teen's father and grandfather arrested only after public outrage. Pubs flouted norms by serving alcohol to a teen driver, and one of these pubs has also now been razed because it was actually built in prime land in Koregaon Park on illegal property. It was illegally operating there, built there, and it's now been bulldozed. All of this only after there was public outrage. With that, we call it a wrap on this edition of The Right Stand. Brass tags after the break.
सत्तर साल से अधिक
बंद करो फिर मैं
लाइट वाला हटा रहा है लाइट आप दो तीन मिनट बाद नहीं कर देगा अब कौन सी जगह से अच्छा मिल पाएगा सीधा जाए बुद्धू घर तो सो गए निकलाए मुझे
Will these elections impact Bharat's rise in the world? Join me, Nalin Mehta, for the most dynamic and distinctive coverage, unrivaled political punditry, and the sharpest election analysis. Elections equals CNN News 18.
किसानों को
and the India bloc halt the Modi juggernaut. Join me, Nistula Hebbar, for the most dynamic and distinct coverage, unrivaled political punditry, and the sharpest election analysis. Elections equals CNN News 18.
70 साल से
will personal equations spoil chances? Join me, Smita Prakash, for the most dynamic and distinct coverage, unrivaled political punditry, and the sharpest election analysis. Elections is equal to CNN News 18.
Co-powered by CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
Hello and welcome to Brass Tacks. We're coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio. I'm Zaka Jacob. What is common to what happened in Pune with the now infamous Porsche car crash, with what happened in a hospital in East Delhi over the weekend in which 6 newborn babies were charred to death, and a gaming zone accident in Rajkot where 28 people, including 9 children, died? The Pune accused blood sample was replaced, and the 2 doctors who are accused of having done that, they have been arrested. They are accused of having gone easy with him by replacing a blood sample which had traces of alcohol inside it with that of another person. The Delhi hospital, where the fire claimed 6 lives, that of babies, it did not have a fire clearance. The Rajkot gaming zone, it was called the TRP gaming zone, was built in a residential area where it should not have come up in the first place. All of these 3 incidents point to just one thing, and that is this, that if in this country you are rich and powerful, then you can make the law bend to your whims and fancies. Is there one set of rules for the Aam Aadmi and one set of rules for the rich and powerful in this country? But first, the story of what happened in Pune, in Delhi, and in Rajkot.
$4 लाख से कुछ नहीं होगा, 10 लाख देगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा। इसके घर में से कोई भी आदमी जाए